So my name is Christopher Hicks. I live at 444 Woodwick Court in Cincinnati, Ohio. A baby box was recently installed in my home township. I knew nothing about them. I was concerned because, unlike other places, my township did not get any private donations for the box. As I dug in, I was surprised to find that ODH rules were ignored and private company contractual terms that seemed to be sloppy or contrary to the public interest were in place. I appreciate the chance to speak as you look at the rules. Please follow along with the exhibits on the pages after this as I read. Safe Haven Exhibit 1 is not new and is a simple idea. Surrender a baby face-to-face, hand-to-hand to an authorized person, an approach that can give insight as to the mother's need for medical attention and that baby and mom seem fit. It has not been well promoted. Exhibit 2 is simple promotion used in other states. We do not have it in Ohio. No one makes big money from traditional Safe Haven. Safe Haven with a box in the middle is newer. It is Exhibit 3. It affords anonymity for mothers and makes a commitment to an authorized person being always present. It has become a seven-figure business for a sole provider wrapped in press conferences, politics, and photo ops. Exhibit 4 is the photo op in my township. As in Exhibit 5, many of these take on a religious zeal. And although we have not had a box surrender in Ohio, Exhibit 6 shows that everyone is a press event. Events that in small towns are contrary to anonymity. They make changing your mind hard for a mother. As shown in Exhibit 7, box surrender babies are tracked, monitored, and used in fundraising events by the private company. Why does the company that made a box have anything to do with babies after surrender? If you dare to ask a question like I did, you get smeared on TikTok. That is example 8. I was smeared for having requested a copy of a pamphlet. In Ohio, we have 6 of these boxes and more on the way. This is a perfect time to look at the rules, both yours and those of the sole source provider. I found your rules were largely ignored. Logging, as in Exhibit 9, did not have a proper form, did not record sanitation, and the alarm test would not comply with the Ohio Administrative Code. As I asked questions to government, some things started to change. Exhibit 10 is a new log. It adds a column with the word sanitize spelled wrong. As I asked questions, I found the ODJFS brochure, Exhibit 11, and its Help Me Grow phone number was being consciously hidden by the supplier. Exhibit 12 is a promotional brochure from the supplier that is provided instead of the state form. Exhibit 13 is the ODJFS Voluntary Anonymous Medical History form that was also being hidden in favor of a private company disclosure form, Exhibit 14, that is not anonymous. The ODJFS items are now being included in most places because of me challenging local governments. But how beholden has government become? My township tried to get the Attorney General to give the okay to keep not including the state pamphlet and form. They lost. The ORC is clear. Exhibit 15 is a one-page health Q&A that looks like it was never reviewed by a professional and isn't included in these boxes. Look at the last question. It directs women in Ohio to a midwife center in Fort Wayne, Indiana. It says nothing about serious medical and other issues mother and child could have. Exhibit 16 is the phone number sign plastered on the walls of government buildings. Who mans that phone number? What are their qualifications? What advice do they give to mothers? As far as I can tell, no one has asked. I found universal violations of the OAC at all locations for logging, staffing, and forms. Most did not even get building permits, playing dumb that your process meant they could do unpermitted construction. And while electrical is not part of your rules, the sole source provider asked for a 15 amp circuit for its box. Exhibit 17 is two excerpts from their contract. One says, SHBB represents that the safety device is not tested by a nationally recognized testing laboratory program. And I might not have included, I'm going to go just a little off script here, but they also claim, if you get a copy of their contract, I've had this on the chart, SHBB is not the manufacturer. They claim that they're not actually the manufacturer of the box that they sell, and nobody knows who the real quote-unquote manufacturer is. The other disclaims all warranties. So let's talk about your rules. I'm a pro-life, conservative, less regulation type guy, but this needs to be done right. A fear narrative that only boxes can keep babies out of dumpsters, combined with politicians, big money, a sole provider, limited rules, lax oversight, and governments ignoring the rules is a very dangerous mix. I gave rule input. It's Exhibit 18. I did it during the comment period, but somehow it got lost. I had an hour review call with Miss Walsh and Miss Jackson. Somehow, though, my input was not included in your materials, and a response was not drafted as with other comments. The attestation form can be tightened. The logging requirements can be cleaned up. There should be standard signage at each location noting "Help Me Grow," the closest hospital, 30 days and under, joint parental decisions, and more. Private company promotional material, baby registries of private companies, and trademarks should be banned at these locations. It's ghoulish what's going on. Women should know at the box that they can knock on a station door for personal help or go to the hospital for a personal surrender and medical services. How about offering compassion to these people? Frankly, why are there all sorts of materials in the bassinet when your rules clearly require that there be no debris in the bassinet? Beyond all of that, we need a robust safe haven program in Ohio, of which a baby box is an option, not a standalone, separate but unequal approach. We need to be sure women and babies are not exploited or tricked to produce no strings attached babies. While a circus draws attention, it is not how we should reach vulnerable moms. Our leading message needs to be on the importance of prenatal care, supervised medical delivery, and informed decisions, not of secret pregnancy, secret birth, drop box, and hype. Your rules are instrumental in making sure all of this develops the right way in Ohio before it becomes too late to fix it. Thank you, and I'd be glad to answer any questions about my research and my rule input, which I provided several pages of.
Great. Well, thank you, Mr. Hicks, for providing your public comment. I do think, speaking on behalf of myself, I think you bring some serious concerns to light regarding what seems to be some operating safety boxes not complying with the Ohio Administrative Code. I think we all take, concern that that is a safety issue, both for the child, for the community, and for the families of those impacted by such a decision.